Hello guys, Tikamoon Plains is finally here in early access and soon to be out for everyone in just 2 days, August 11th. Everybody's been waiting for what feels like forever to get a look at Africa here. So that is what we're going to be doing today. So this is Tikamoon Plains DLC number 2 for Way of the Hunter, based in an African reserve. So I'm very excited to bring this preview to everybody here. Bit of a summary here of what to expect in the video, just because there is a whole ton of information to go over, so much that I don't even know where to really start. But I will do a bit of a quick summary here just to give you a heads up on how the video is going to play out. So the video is going to be broken up into several parts. Mainly a introductory here. I'll go over in a minute, just sort of talking about the starter area and the main character. Just a quick little disclaimer here. There isn't going to be any story spoilers in this episode, but there is going to be spoiling of most everything in the information that I have to go through. There is just so much to go through. A couple other things that I won't spoil. There is one actually private area on the map, much like Aurora Shores has one private little area. We won't be venturing there or anything like that. We're going to keep that secret, at least in this video anyways. I won't be going there. And there is actually a hidden weapon that is unlocked later on, and I'll be trying to avoid any kind of spoiler there. You can currently view it in the Encyclopedia. But I'm going to try not to show it there. It'll be spoiled, no doubt, in other YouTube videos and stuff like that in no time. But for this video, I'm going to be trying to avoid those specific spoilers. But what the video will be a great big download of information right to your brain, all sorts of stuff. So we are going to start with a little bit of introduction here on this. Then we're going to go into something maybe some people are kind of not really expecting. Everybody's probably eager to run around here and take a look at the animals and everything like that. But what we're going to be actually popping out to is the main menu in the 1.24 patch notes. So if you didn't know, Update 1.24 comes along with the DLC2, and with it comes a lot of changes that apply actually to everything, all the previous maps and everything like that. And I sort of have to go through that for two reasons. One, some people just want to see that information and don't actually want to be spoiled by anything else, so I'll get that right at near the start of the video here. I will go through that. And two, when we start running around hunting and looking at things, if I don't go through the patch notes, you're going to have a lot of questions popping up about all these little things that have changed. You'll be like, oh, why is that color, and why is this doing that? So we do have to go through all that, all those changes there, just so it sort of gets the questions answered before we get right into it. And then after that, we'll be going into the bows and the equipment. And then after that, we will be taking a little bit of a hunt and see what we encounter. Okay guys, so this is the main lodge here for Tikamoon Plains. It is a panorama home, and we're just up here in the little drone camera taking a quick little kind of look around at the scenery here. It is down in the southeast corner of the map. We're going to fly right around the drone here. This is where you spawn into the game. Get this nice little panorama sign here. And down here, this is the main character of the story here. This is Malachi. He is a hunting guide tour for Africa here, and basically, well, we're not going to go too much in the story, of course. He's just going to lead a group of kind of buffoons here going around on different missions. And on a quick note, there's something over on this table I have to show you. So they've done a little bit of a change, which is something you're just going to want to be a heads up on. In the previous maps, both River and Jackie, if you do remember, the story was treated, well, not treated by, but ran by like a phone they carried with them on their like belt. And as you can see in the model here, Malachi does not have a phone on him or anything like that. You just have to ignore the bow for a second. He doesn't have the phone on him. So they've done something a little bit different here, is when you log in to the game for the first time, the story hasn't initiated. You can actually go around and hunt and do everything you want to do without starting the story, and it gives you the option to start the story whenever you like by simply walking up to this table. Now when I walk up to it, he's going to say a little bit of a line, but it's not really any kind of spoiler or anything like that. Oh, or maybe not. Maybe I accidentally toggled it before. When you walk over to the phone, he'll say something, 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 and you basically pick up the phone, and then the story will start. And then what we'll do is just take a quick look at the lodge here. It's kind of neat when you spawn in. There's actually a vehicle that spawns in here already for you. I don't know how they determine which vehicle pops in, but for me it's the UTV, and I did purchase the zebra stripe one. I suggest everybody get that one for the African adventure here. So this is the lodge. We won't go too much in depth on it. You guys will be able to run around soon enough here to take a look at everything. But it is kind of a little small, but this is where all your trophies go and all that sort of things. Lots of spots on the wall, and great big view no matter where you look. So you can go out here, and basically this is sort of like a tourist destination sort of thing. You got a nice little swimming pool here. These are where the guests stay out here. But yeah, this is all explained later on. But it's a really nice little lodge sort of thing to get started here. A bit of a mess in here, but that gets explained later on. And then your actual spot where your office is through here to the left. So you got your standard bed and computer, and then you got your storage. And what we'll do really quickly, just before I go to the main menu and take a look at all the changes there, we'll just go take a look at the map here. So now there's been different versions that I've sort of been involved in, but in this one, this is about as far as I've been able to play so far. I've kind of cruised around the map. I am doing the recordings a bit out of order. I have had most of the map uncovered previously, but this one, my recordings are actually done in two different parts. I've actually done the second part already, and this is kind of the path you've seen. I did a bit of a tour around there. So the video for the next day is going to be this tour around the reserve. If you're just wondering what this this line is, or my little adventure there. But this is how the map is pretty much broken up. In the next video I do go into it in a bit more detail, but just so you can see all the different zones. There's different the different habitats. Like you can see here, grasslands of forest, the savanna. You have the highlands over here, and you have the arid savanna and desert, and you have just the savanna part up here as well. And they're kind of done really neat, where a few of them are like long stretches that go through almost the entire map, and then some are off to the side. The one private area is up here, and then you have your different cottages on each side here, one in each corner pretty much. But that's pretty much for a quick little summary of the introductory area of Malachi. We have our lodge, we've got the map. Now we've really got to get into the details here. The video will be very long just because there's so much to go over with. We're going to pop out to the main menu. Here is the main menu, and here's where all the information starts to come at you here. So we got some nice new animal models here. This one actually cycles out. Right now we got the friendly Cape of Buffalo. As we all know, they're very friendly. Sitting here, but this cycles out for different animals, and it changes depending on which map you're kind of in. And off to the left you'll see the normal things that we get to continue the story mode, multiplayer, and we're going to see this little free hunt here. We're going to go into a bit more detail on this. Well, actually, maybe we'll just discuss it right now. You can sort of see in the bottom left, you can decide which character you prefer to play as. Objectives aren't available. Story, jobs, and tasks, and your player profile and animal economy are shared with story mode. And it's available after completing onboarding and the story mode. So onboarding is the new introductory. When you first load the game for the very first time, there's a bit of an onboarding tutorial to help you set your difficulty. So they did change that. We're not going to see that here, but basically it's just a little survey, like 4 or 5 questions, and it will help you decide on it. So yes, basically story mode is you are stuck with the character for the story, and you can play through it in that mode. But if you do not wish to do so, you can select a free hunt, and it pretty much lets you pick your map here, and then you can choose your character from all the ones that are in the game. You got River, Grandpa, Jackie, and so on. And oh yes, April there as well. So you got 5 to choose from, and you can set your difficulty here. And so that's their solution for not really being able to customize your character. You do have to play through the appropriate character for the story if you do wish to do the story, but the free hunt is there for you, and it does share the map. So that's a bit of information just to get out of the way. And what we're going to do is see down the bottom, Tikamoon Plains DLC. Take a look and see what's inside. We're going to go more info. And we're going to take a look at all the exciting stuff here that's coming along with the free content update as well. Tikamoon Plains DLC is out now. Venture out into this exotic new hunting ground in the heart of Africa. Enjoy a new hunting adventure using various equipment, including bows, and meet new animals with the lion as their leader. So there we go, update 1.24. Explore diverse landscapes from windy mountains to deadly deserts and vast savannas teeming with life. Join Malachi, professional hunting guide, as he leads a group of adventurers through the thrilling world of Tikamoon Plains, inspired by the African wilderness. Equip yourself with a wide selection of firearms, hunting bows, and gear to hunt for the best trophies, and decorate your hunting lodge with while immersing yourself in the daily routines of unique wildlife. Welcome to Tikamoon Plains. So you can already kind of see, I'm going to be very thorough in this first look. There is all this info to go over, but there's also hidden info that I want to get to and get some information to you guys as well. Little tips and tricks and advice that I've noticed that will help you out when you jump right in. Whether you explore by car, UTV, or on foot, Tikamoon Plains offers a surprising range of biomes, from lush green grasslands and riverside forests in the southeast to the dry savannas and scattered trees and bushes to the mountainous and desert regions in the west. Abundant wildlife life flourishes throughout Tikamoon Plains, particularly in the grasslands, where water sources attract various species like black wildebeest, common warthogs, and Egyptian geese. In these grasslands, you may also encounter mighty Cape buffaloes, although they primarily inhabit the savannas, where they search for food and find shade under trees. Absorbing blue wildebeest, gemsbok, and spotted hyenas in their natural habitats is truly impressive, but be cautious. As the king of the animal kingdom, the lion controls the plains. The grasslands and deserts are the home to animals like the great kudu, but if you venture into the mountains, you're more likely to find animals like the honey badgers. They're basically the new cutest animal in the game, in my opinion, the honey badgers. They're fantastic. Despite their mysterious and deadly nature, even the desert areas present hunting opportunities. The swift and agile gemsboks thrive in this dry environment, and you may also encounter spotted hyenas who have adapted special skills to survive. A new way of the hunter experience. Each hunting ground of the way of the hunter offers a unique experience, but Tikamoon Plains introduces entirely new African environments. This is just a basic advertisement here, shows little prices down there. And now we're going to go right into the patch notes here. So I am talking fast because there is so much information I want to jam into the video. We're just going to keep flying along here. Added compound bows, a Skyfaring Wonder, the Gavi Wonder, the Vortex Lock-On, and the Vortex Switch. So I guess I'll summarize this right now. Man, I've got to remember. Yes, okay. So the Fair and Wonder, that's going to be the free bow that everybody gets. We're going to take a look at it in a second. It is a tier 2 to 5. The one that the DLC is in the score are these two, the Vortexes. Basically, they're the same bow, they're just a different skin. So the main ones is this 2 to 5 Fair and Wonder, and then these two down here are tier 2 to 6. So this is kind of like the free crossbow from Aurora Shores, and then this is your sort of Apex kind of, but you get two variations, just two skins. This Gavi Wonder, this is going to be that one that is sort of secret that I'm trying not to spoil, but it's in the patch notes. But it's basically a bow that's hidden behind an unlock throughout the game. 2 bow sights are added. There is this Zoom XD Triumph. That's a red dot, sort of not a scope, but a red dot sight. And then the Overguard Perfect Mount that's the 3-pin. The Overguard Perfect Mount red dot. Of course, this is the red dot one because it's got red dot in the name. The Triumph is the 3-pin, and this is the red dot here. Free hunt, a single-player mode with character selection. That is what we just went over. New difficulty, Hiker. This is really kind of cool. This is a 5th difficulty, but it's the easiest one. So before we had Explorer, Adventurer, Hunter, and Ranger. This is left of the Explorer, so it's actually easier than the Explorer. It's typically the same, but much like what you would expect, the senses are even dulled even more. But in this one, the drone camera actually gets an extended range. So this is your go around, take pictures of animals and sort of thing like that. This I actually use quite a bit. If you're not really in a hunting mood and you just want to manage your herds or take a look at it or explore, kind of do some science, hiker mode is actually a great way to do that. You can save a lot of time by doing the experiments and just getting your herd management sort out of the way, and then you can kick it into high gear to do appropriate hunt when you're ready to go. So that's kind of really cool. It's interesting that they have that in there. They added camera range a lot of people will like. Animal charging behavior, this has been announced and everybody sort of already knows about it here, but there's more details to it that have not been announced. So this is kind of cool. Most animals can attack when the player gets close to them. There's a low probability, or when they are hurt, which is a higher probability. So you already have 2 tiers there. Most animals, not all animals can charge. But then there's also additional probabilities down here. So there's 3 different chances sort of categories of them to attack. So charge sometimes is the American black bear, brown bear, Cape buffalo, honey badger, Kodiak bear, and mule deer. I thought mule deer was kind of cool that it's right up there with the bear, and the honey badger is fantastic to be up there. So these guys have the most likely chance to charge, and then that's also rolled against if they're hurt or not. All right, then charge rarely is basically both moose here, fallow deer, lion, Rocky Mountain elk, and well, both elk as well. And then very rarely the American badger, bighorn sheep. That'll be fun to get run over one of them. The common warthog, the Eurasian badger, a greater kudu, golden jackal, mountain goat, red deer, roe deer, Sitka deer, white-tailed deer, wild boar, wood bison. I found this kind of interesting. Where's the... Oh, the American badger's right there. Okay, so these two badgers are down there. Honey badger's way up here. I guess it's a very aggressive one. And one thing I noticed, no wolves in here. What's going on with that? No wolf charging? Anyways, I'm not too sure if that's left out or if they don't charge. I have not found that one out yet. Jackie Malachi is playable in multiplayer. Parking spots on the hunting map. Well, we already had that, so maybe they tweak some of that. A map-appropriate animal portraits in the main menu, and new radio stations. This is kind of cool. I didn't really do much with the radio stations before, just because they're all copyrighted, and I record a lot and can't really have them playing. But the default one for Africa is different than the other ones. And some pretty good tunes on there. I was listening to them. However, I did notice there's a whole lot of songs about not being number 2 and being number 1. There seems to be a theme where you're driving around, and they're all trying to be or tell you how to be number 1, and it's not good to be number 2. So, but okay, it's still some pretty good tunes there. And one guy starts singing about something about asbestos. Anyways, it's the songs are still kind of cool, so it's all good there. But I don't think it's a new radio station. But anyways, the default one's changed. You'll see what I mean. Tweak main menu design and flow, difficulty descriptions, and they added a difficulty selection wizard for the first time players. That's kind of what I was saying before, a nice little wizard to walk you through. Oh, here's a big one a lot of people are going to want to know. Distance from which animal calls can be heard. 330 meters on hiker and explorer, 300 meters on adventurer, and 280 meters on hunter ranger. So they did finally adjust this. I was under the impression that they could not change the distance you could hear animals based on difficulty, but they did sort it out. Now, these numbers you're not going to want to pay too much attention to, because they do not include the perk that increases the distance. I'm going to skip down just a real quick second, because down in the fixed area is where they actually adjust it for the perk. So if you get the perk in earshot, the animals can be heard up to 400 meters on hiker and explorer, 370 on adventurer, 340 on hunter and ranger. So these are the numbers most of us are going to be using since we have the perk unlocked right down here. So this is very important to be aware of there. And if people think this is like too far still on like the 340 meters on there, I sort of want to put the suggestion in that they give us the ability to toggle this perk maybe. But anyways, that's for a different story here. This is neat too. Hunting log. Real life dates has been added to each log entry. And the next and previous have been flipped. So you can actually go back and see the actual date the first time that you've hunted something. And they have all the dates stamped. And it's backwards compatible sort of thing. They backdated, so all the old animals will be adjusted. And show the date. Radio stations based on location, so I guess that's why the default's changed. Camera bobbing when crouch, that's a normal fix. Hunter sense ballistic info. Oh, here's one. I'll probably dip into this real fast. I know a lot of people want to see a lot more stuff, but if I don't do it now, I'm going to forget. This is actually a critical thing that you probably won't see anywhere else, because I was sort of the one that I found out this little problem here, and then I sort of figured out where the setting was. But hunter sense ballistic info. Hit indicator changes color of the projectile will hit the target while in the ideal hit energy range. So I'll try to explain this real fast. You get the hunter sense impact dot, which is red, and whenever you're in that and you put it on an animal, in the top right of the screen up here, you'll get hunter sense information and how much energy is hitting the animal. And if it's in the appropriate range, it'll go to like this yellowy, beigey, weedy color sort of thing. Well, what they've done is the hunter sense dot will change to that same color to help indicate that you're at the correct damage. The problem with this, and what I found without getting too much detail into it, was when it changes into that yellowy, beigey kind of color, the problem is a lot of the animals in Africa are that color, and especially if the sun's hitting them, so you no longer can see the hunter sense dot, especially while using a bow when there's no magnification. It sort of disappears. and the area where to change this color is sort of hidden. I'm going to jump into that probably real quick right after these notes just to show you. I don't actually think there's much notes to go over. Oh, there's one more thing to do. All right, before I get distracted, let's jump into that real quick. If you go into settings, this is something you're going to want to know. I know maybe this is boring stuff for some people, but the guys, you're going to want to change this, I think. If you go into accessibility, you get all these different ways of changing the color that we're all aware of. But there isn't any. See where this is a bullet impact position? This is where you can set that color, but it doesn't actually change the color that it changes to. So you can change this to all the different colors, but say you set it to magenta. Well, when it gets the correct power or joules for the animal, it still changes to that beige color. So this is not where you actually change it. It's not clear in here. So I'll give you a little bit of a tip. It's down in bullet camera colors. I don't know why it's sitting here, but it was kind of hidden, and a lot of people don't know this, and definitely are not going to know this because it doesn't say anywhere. But you know how you can adjust the colors in the bullet camera, like the organ icons, the bullet energy, the cavity damage, and stuff like that? It's the bullet energy color that does it. I know it makes sense here because we are changing the bullet energy thing, but since the settings underneath bullet camera colors, a lot of people are not going to look here for this. I have it set to red. I've tried all the different colors, but I have it set to red just basically so my hunter sense dot does not change. I tried all these other colors, and the red's still the best. The runner-up is like blue, but it gets too dark to see. So I expect they're going to change this, but just when you get in the game, if you're having trouble seeing the hunter sense dot and you use it, a bullet energy color is what changes that little adjustment there. So hopefully you guys follow what I was talking about there. I'll bring it up again later on so you can see exactly what I mean. Hopefully. Alright, so basically all this stuff's good. A little bit of a multiplayer improvement there. We went over this one. There's one more really important one here. Inaccurate hunter sense analysis when using binoculars. So when you're looking at animals and they're in a group, it's hard to like get the info on the one that you want. They've greatly improved this, like the pixel sensitivity. It's much easier now to scan the specific animals in it, like cycle through them. Hopefully I can show you that here in a bit too. And the little hunter sense pull down information in the top right, when it now scrolls down much faster, so it's way easier to scan through a herd now. This is an excellent fix. For sure. The rest of this, I think, is just basic fixes here. There's that problem with Hollywood and the rabbit foxes spawning again. They fixed that. I don't think there's anything too exciting. I think this is just basic fixes here. I'll let you guys kind of look through them. Not too much. Here's the surf scooters flying in the circles on the ground got fixed, and some other stuff here. It's just kind of basic things. But that is the patch notes. Okay, guys. There's a little bit more information I wanted to show you sort of in the encyclopedia and stuff like that, but I know a lot of people really want to get to some of the exciting stuff, so that's what we're going to go right to now. Is we're gonna skip a little bit ahead, go right to the equipment locker here, and take a look at it. So we're going to find our way here. We're going to turn left and into the storage. So I already bought everything. Everything is not... Let's just go to the computer here first and scroll down so you can see. You're going to see the 3 bows here. So this Fair and Wonder is the one that everybody will get if you buy the DLC2 or not. I believe it was about $1,800, $1,900. They're not very expensive. These are just the Vortex is under 4,000, and this one's under 2,000, so it's not too bad. But these two are the same. So they go 2 to 6. This one's got some fancy red there, and its little sight's kind of green. But this is kind of your standard one, and this is the one that everybody's going to get, the 2 to 5 here. So as far as attachments go, these are all the ones the same that you know. Down on the bottom, you're going to have your the red dot. So there's no magnification on these. This is just basically a red dot in it, and you can zero it. We'll take a look at that in a second. And this is your 3-pin. So they did a little bit of nice quality of life here for how these 3 pins are zeroed. I'll show you that in a moment. But as far as gear goes, you know what? That is about it. There isn't. This is you know, for all the positivity for that these videos are going to be. You guys are not going to be getting additional optics or anything here. So our 3rd slot will still remain empty. There's no additional optics here. There's no additional collars. The animals that that do respond to collar are all built in to the collar, the existing collars. So I don't know what to make of all that. I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed without the improvement of optics here. And then the no new collars is kind of strange to me, how they just incorporated them. But I will go through the collars real quick here just so you guys can see. So the elk thing stayed the same. The roe deer stayed the same. The deer current collar, this one had the gemsbuck and the greater kudu added to it. Red deer stayed the same. The hog collar added the warthog, of course. Duck collar is the same. Goose collar is the same. The predator one changed big time. You're going to want to, well, not big time, but you're going to want to keep an eye on these two predator ones because a little different. See, honey badger comes to this one. See, the badger comes to this one, but the badger doesn't come to the other one. So that's something to note here. You only really need to bring this one in Africa if you're going after honey badgers, except as you'll kind of see when you start hunting them, you don't really need to call these guys in, really. You can kind of, yeah, you probably ignore this one for Africa. The moose collar, it stays the same. The little bag of sticks here. They added the wildebeest to it, the black and the blue, and the springbok to it. I don't think this one changed, and nope. And then this is the other one you might want to be bringing, the kiwi, because the lion and the spotted hyena have been added to it. And I think that's about it. Egyptian goose are here, and there's no collar for the chicken pheasant there they added. So I always forget the name of it. But we'll actually go over the animals there if I remember that as well. But just to summarize which collars you're most likely going to be bringing with you is almost everybody's going to be bringing the deer grunt collar and the bag of sticks. That collar brings everybody that can be called to a collar in with those two main ones. And you got one slot open, so you're only missing the warthog or you're missing the spotted hyena lion. So pretty much bag of sticks and the grunt call, and you just have to decide if you want to go after the warthogs or if you want to go after the hyena lion. So that's pretty much the collar build already kind of sorted out. Yes, no additional attachments there, no additional vehicles, just kind of the same as before. And then all your passes, you get the one private area down at the bottom. Oh goodness, this is a lot of talking for this. All right, so next what we're going to be doing, we're going to take a look at the bows and everything like that. So what I'm going to do is actually go outside to do this. I think the sun's going down. I guess it's not too bad yet. We're going to run out, and as long as I got enough sunlight, yeah, the sun's still nice. Let's go take a look at the bows and stuff here. So let's open this up. We're going to grab, what should we grab here? So we got the 3-pin on the normal vortex. And actually, let's look at both of the vortexes just real quick here. So let's grab, just so you can see kind of the color difference, and this one we'll put on the red dot. There. So basically we have the same bow with us, just in two different spots. And hopefully they've got, you know, it kind of looks funny carrying two bows on you, but anyways, I don't think you'd really need to do that. Well, let's just take a look at the model. So this is the standard one here. So with the 3-pin sight on it. So we're gonna pull back, and there we got our 3 pins. As you can see to the left, they got the zeroing for each of the pins, and you cannot change it. So you got 25, 55, and 75 meters. That'll be the same for this one and the other one. The free bow we'll see in a second, it actually changes the zeroing for you. The arrows aren't actually that different. But the zeroing does change a little bit. One thing to note, Malachi here never gets tired, so you can just kind of hold drawn as long as you want. He'll just kind of sit here, and yeah, you can just hold it there. A little bit clipping through his hat a little bit there, and of course he's got the goofy flashlight that they all seem to have. It's kind of like a hallmark thing of the series now. But there he is. Yeah, he can just kind of hold it drawn here. So, and that's it. You can hear the sound. So, nice little sound there, and the arrow should stick in anyways. Let's see here. I just had to pause the recording and go back to the UTV for a second because there is a bit of a bug. I will, even on the first look here, I will bring out the little, some of the little negatives that might crop up here. I was trying to see the bow about the optics, not having the additional optics, things like that. I did encounter the bug right there. There seems to be one that pops up. You don't get it. I don't think you get it too often. I think it has to do when you draw the bow back, and then you go into photo mode or something like that and come back in. Then all of a sudden you can't use the Oh, now you got the action not allowed here. Oh, there it goes away. All right. Yeah, I guess that's back again, where you can't raise the bow if you're running into something. But anyways, yeah, all of a sudden you kind of lose your keyboard button. So a couple little things for him to look at there. But I think that's how that happens, is I had the weapon drawn back in photo mode or something like that. But whatever, we'll keep playing around with it. So that is the 3-pin. And now we'll just switch over to the red dot. So this is just the more colorful variant. Actually, we'll test out that little bug right now, because I'm going to draw back with this one as well, so we can see down the dot. So there's the dot there. It starts at 0, 25 meters, and you can zero this one up to 70 meters. So it tilts the little optic around a little bit. Just as a suggestion for how to play, for like a recommendation how to play the game is, if you're going to be using the hunter sense, I would use this scope. And because then you can sort of ignore the red dot, and then the hunter sense will give you your very own little red dot to aim for, and it's a nice sort of clear vision thing. This is what I'd recommend. The red dot's nice and small and precise. If you were using the other bow, I think I would suggest not using hunter sense with this one, just because there's no point really using this optic with the hunter sense dot, because you might as well use the other one that's more clear. Since, anyways, my recommendation is not to use hunter sense with this. This will give you the more traditional sort of feel of bow hunting with the 3-pin, and the other one is more of the hunter sense kind of dot optic for you is what I would recommend starting with. So we're going to draw back on this one just to kind of take a look at the colors of this bow as well. And there we go. So kind of nice little red color on it. The model's done very well. Even the arrows themselves are very detailed. They even, I was looking earlier, they even have the Made in Mexico stamp on them. Super detailed. Yep, so there's that there. And another shot into the wall. Alright, so I cleared out my inventory. We will take a look at the other bow. This is the free bow that everybody will be getting here. We're going to scroll to the bottom. And we're gonna get the Fair and Wonder here. So this is the 2 to 5. I'm not gonna put any optic on there because you can actually fire these bows without an optic. And I'll show you sort of how you do that here. So this is this bow here. What you can do is you draw back with this guy. You can just use the very top. It's gonna be hard to see in the video. Actually, I'll turn hunter sense on, and then maybe you can see the red dot. That's gonna be hard to see. But you actually get the hunter sense dot in this view here, so you can actually just shoot like this. There we go. So you can just shoot without an optic, and basically it's just using the very top of the arrow as the point, as the 0 point. So if you didn't want to use the hunter sense, and I zero up to 60 meters, at the very tippy top of the arrow is going to be your 60 meter point. So you can actually hunt without an optic. So actually 3 different ways to do this. And let's take a look at this bow as well. So this is the one again that everybody is going to get. So we got a nice standard color there. And he's drawn a bit into his eyeball, but I'm sure he's fine. There we go. So those are the bows, the ones that you can get to anyways. Like I said before, we're not going to spoil the other one, and I don't actually have the bow in the game, the 4th one. We will take a quick look at the Encyclopedia, and I'll try not to show too much of it. But let me see if I can do this. If we go down to firearms, if I go all the way but not to the very bottom, there. The secret one's right below these 2. So can I scroll down? Yes, I can. So there's your basic one: ultralight, silent, fast, precise, vortex. Lock-on is a bow made for hunters who don't tolerate compromises. It is great to use both at shorter and longer ranges. Is it? I'm going to take a peek. Shouldn't there be another one? Oh, sorry, there is. Okay, no, it's the 4th one down, of course, because there's the 3. So this is the fancy color one, and this just says the colored variation, who likes to shoot in more style. And then, oh, well, I didn't click on it. Well, you guys seen the name anyways. Gabby Wonder, right, in the patch notes. We just won't click on it, though, so you don't get any details there. The Fair and Wonder is a great budget pick, lightweight and precise. It has everything you would need in a hunting bow, so that's 2 to 5. And then what you can also see, this is where I'm trying not to spoil it. because it takes a special arrow. Okay, we won't be able to scroll down to look at the graph. But basically the two arrows are the same. The 250 is the heavy hitter one, the 2 to 6. And then, oh, gee, I did. Okay, don't look. Close your eyes when it pops down. It's going to be spoiled anyways really soon. But it's kind of a unique arrow that the other one gets. And here's the 500. They're basically very similar. They even hit similar. Like the 2 to 5 is no joke. You can definitely take down Cape Buffalo and everything like that with the 2 to 5 with this bow here. It has no trouble. It just has a slight different. It just shoots slightly shorter. You know how I was showing the 3-pin? Actually, we can show that real quick here. If we go over here and take a look at the 3-pin, and then we'll load it up. You'll see on the left the zeroing distances are different. 25, 53, and 71. Before it was 25, 55, and 75. So it's not even that much difference in the zeroing. People were asking how difficult it is to do archery in the game. That's going to depend on how, the difficulty setting you have. But as far as shooting goes, the difficulty when you're comparing with the crossbow is the crossbow is easier because you get that scope to let you zoom. Well, this one there's no zoom, right? So it's a bit harder it's definitely harder to target or get the little dot on where you want to hit. However, these two arrows, this one and the other one, are not affected by wind as much. So that actually makes it easier. If you're using the 3-pin without the hunter sense, the wind pull is much less. So it's going to be hard to demonstrate here because it's going to be very hard to see the hunter sense dot in the video. But I'm trying to get a 5 meter per second wind crosswind just to show you. It's a very short distance, but the dot's barely even budged over. And if I go farther out, like out here, it's only moved just out there. It's only like a foot to the side. It's not as bad as the crossbows. And goodness, it's almost 40 minutes in. We haven't done any hunting or anything like that. So this video is going to be sort of minimal hunting, just because it's already long with the big download of information I'm trying to give you guys. But we're going to start talking about the animals now. I'm going to set up, sort of a hunt here. I guess we'll just use the 2 to 5, and I'm going to limit the difficulty of the hunt just because I can't really make the video go on forever, right? So we're going to do this. We're going to go red dot here, and I'm going to use the hunter sense just sort of to try to demonstrate the color issue, just so you guys can see. So we're going to set it back to default, just so you can sort of get an idea of it. And let's just grab sort of the standard kit here. Let's just grab the SM12 in case I struggle with the bow hunt here. We'll throw a scope on it. We'll grab our standard optics that we're all used to. So this stuff, like I was saying, there's nothing really new here. You're going to be well used to this equipment. We'll grab that. We're going to grab the bag of sticks. And we're not doing predator hunting, so I'll grab the hog collar there. So that's pretty much the set. I am going to have to sleep to the next day. Everything else stays the same as far as herd management and everything like that. All of those mechanics are pretty much the same. It's just going to be getting used to the animals and the new which ones are most sensitive and stuff like that. So I have been working hard down here to get a whole lot of need zones and stuff that we can use. And we are just going to be hunting around kind of the grassland sort of starting area here to start. Now I have called most of these guys out, but actually a nice easy spot to hunt is sort of out here. So in here, people were asking about how hard it is going to be to hunt. Down here in the grasslands, there is a bunch of trees, but you get elevation all around the outside, which is nice to look down into it. But when you get to the west, if you want a nice easy spot to start, right out here in the west is kind of a nice little spot here. Other people were asking, we'll go into the details here in a second, but just so you know, the blue wildebeest is tier 6 and the black one is tier 5. So some people are wondering about that. There is definitely a size difference as well. So what should we hunt right away? Maybe Cape Buffalo? Maybe we'll run up and try and find this guy. Oh, he's got a drink hole right over here. Maybe we will try and do that. See if we can sneak in. I'm on default difficulty, so it's actually, even that's kind of challenging. Or I might try an easy one out here. Blue wildebeest here, blue wildebeest. Maybe we'll try and find this Cape Buffalo up here. Even though I haven't really scouted it out too much. What I will do is I'll drive out there real quick and just see if I found their often zone or not. Actually, I might record some of this as we drive out there, just because we'll hunt whatever, I guess maybe just what we'll see. But it gives you sort of an idea, kind of like an introduction to the scenery you'll find. Oh, these guys are going to spook, though. Yeah, there they go. Maybe we can just drive up to them and see them run. This is one of my favorite parts of the map, actually, is you can drive alongside of them. You can get a little bit of a stampede going, all the dust kicking up. Oh, and we got some too much audio clicking around there. The audio's having trouble with it. But you can kind of run alongside them here, or drive alongside them. I think that's always kind of fun there. Bunch of springbok. We'll let them go. Keep on keeping on here. But yeah, see how many you can get going? And I like driving in between them. And not through them. not yet anyways. But I think that's really great. If you get the wildebeest going, everything like that, driving alongside them, I think that's awesome. So we'll do a little bit of off-roading here. And just want to see if this zone is their opt-in zone, and see if we bump into anything else. Normally I cut out the travel, but obviously in this first look we should actually take a look. So this is just your grassland habitat sort of thing. So you do get vision kind of blocked, and it is moderate difficulty to hunt. And you do get these elevated zones everywhere in this biome, which helps. Oh, did I hear something? Oh, you also, the hunter sense. In the top right, you'll see this little eyeball. That's an indicator to indicate that the hunter sense is on, but we still have the blur. So, I never got any confirmation on this or anything like that, but I'm hoping that that's a sign that we can maybe toggle eventually just using that icon. If I look down, you can see in the top right little eyeball. Maybe they'll let us get rid of the blur and just use that icon. The icon doesn't do anything else, so I got excited there for a bit when I first seen it. Oh, it's their often drink zone. Okay, so we're gonna hunt Cape Buffalo here. Ooh, look at this. The sun's going down. And we've got some markings on the rock. I think this is like a point of interest or something like that. So, what should I do? Let's set up our hunt here. I can go down to this sleepy zone, fast forward time, and then drive back up here, or get here ahead of time. This could be cool. Nice little hunt to sort of demonstrate. Can we sit up here, watch them come in? This could be cool. Oh wait, is that them there? Oh, there's a Cape Buffalo. Oh, did I just find a solo herd? Is that all I found? Let's see if we can spot him. A 1-star adult. I guess we can try and sneak up on this guy just for fun. Is he a solo Cape Buffalo? Oh, but watch how fast the little thing pulls down. Ready? Doop. It's down. And then, bump, it's down. So it's a little, I noticed that's a little quicker. And then if I had a group of animals, you can see how it is more precise on picking them out here. Alright, well let's just take this guy. I'm not worried about herd management at the moment. I did actually start my herd management and stuff like that, and I'm starting to keep track of time. But this guy's not a big deal, so let's do this for the video. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up on him. Let's see how difficult it is. So I believe I am on default difficulty right now, and the hunting that I have done, I actually have done quite a bit. But it's a lot of testing and different things that I've been doing, so it's not super hunting. And I was trying out the easier difficulty, so I haven't got a whole lot of experience with trying to do the default. However, who's over here? Looks like there's some warthogs there too. But it looks like this guy is all by himself. So too bad we don't get to see a great big herd at the moment. Maybe we can find a different one. But let's just try and bow this guy so you can see what sort of damage the bow shot will do. And see how close I can get to on default difficulty. This is just the normal crouch speed. And I'm going to keep using the camera just so you can see what this guy's doing. See if he's detecting me or not. So far he hasn't. Maybe we can even get him to charge. There is a bit of AI differences that I've noticed too, which hopefully I can demonstrate later. In a different video maybe. There's just so much to cover here. Let's do about 125 meters. Does he notice us yet? No, he hasn't, so this isn't too bad, but you can't take a bow shot this far out. Well, with hunter sense, maybe you can. Oh, what was that? Oh, we got some... It's not a stick break. I think that's more like a rock tumbly kind of sound. Okay, do we got him here? Okay, so we're good. Hasn't noticed us yet. Wind is good. 5 meters to the left. We're at 110 out. This guy doesn't know we're coming. One thing I haven't done is I haven't played with headphones yet. And I wanna do a ranger hunt. Listen to all the sounds. That's something I really want to do. That'll be a video for another day. You know, I'm planning out how I want to do my hunts in this map. Since we got a brand new thing to explore, or a map to explore. This guy's laying down, so there must be a rest zone maybe. Yeah. We should actually go through all the animals in the Encyclopedia too. Might be a bit of a spoiler, but we will... Oh! We've been detected. So about 93 meters, the slow crouch. Oh, is he getting ready to charge? That'd be cool. Look at this. This is something I've noticed with the animals that have a charge chance. If he had a group like around him, say there was like 8 of them, 1 or 2 of them would separate from the herd and kind of approach you like this. Sort of stare you down kind of thing. And I haven't figured it out yet if that's the animals that are going to charge or not. But see how he's sort of standing his ground? Okay, now he's went back to normal. But that's something hopefully we can see later, and you guys will see when the game's out. These guys definitely do that. I call them like sentries or something like that. There'll be 2 Cape Buffalo that leave the herd, and they'll actually flank you. One will go to the right, one will go to the left, or they'll come between you and the herd though, which is really interesting. And I'm assuming that is them considering a charge. So we're at let's get into 70 meters, because that's a reasonable long distance bow shot for the game. Okay, does he... He's calm, but he's looking. And he's coming towards me, but he's calm. So this is the new AI I have not figured out yet. So, okay, so he stopped there. 64 meters. Let's get the bow ready. Should have brought the 16 gauge birdshot. It's going to be our new defensive weapon here. Look, he's coming in though. See, now I got to keep... Oh no, he went back to normal. Oh, now he's relaxed. He's like, ah, that's all right. You're cool, buddy. I guess. All right, we're gonna zero. Actually, it doesn't really matter the zero if you're using hunter sense dot. You just want to kind of clear that big dot, and then I'm gonna remove this little blue arrow. It's out of the way. Let's see if we can get him to stand back up again. Can I walk forward? Yeah, I can. Okay, so we're gonna use our infinite arm strength to crouch forward. Oh, this is where I should show this too. Sorry guys for the delay, but you should... Oh no, I won't be able to do it. I was going to show like the energy change and the red dot change, but I can't because it's not the correct energy for them. But normally that dot would change to like yellow and it'd be so much harder to see. So it's good to change it back. Well, let's try and see how this 2 to 5 will do, because he's not going to turn. Oh. Is he going to turn? Is he going to charge? I do like this infinite arm strength. He's coming right in. Okay, buddy. What are you going to do here? Because this is new. The other animals certainly did not do this. He's in like checking me out mode. These are right here. Are you going to run me over? What are you doing? I don't understand. This isn't a charge. You must be investigating. Oh. Here we go. Oh, the little color did change. But you can't really see it. Oh, ouch, he says. Okay, did he charge me? Is he charged? No, he is charging me. And, oh. Was that a charge, or... I don't know what that... Was he just turning around? Okay, I don't know. He's bleeding a lot, though, anyways. If that was a charge, then I'm not too sure that was a charge. It's just sorting out which way he was going, I guess. All right, so we got a hit, really close range. Let's track him down. Oh wait, he's still running over here. Can I run after him? He's taking a while. Oh no, now he's picking up speed. Maybe I should bring the UTV here. Oh, he's going this way. I wonder if he'll turn around and charge at me. I haven't figured out the charging stuff yet. I just know it's like a chance. And as a side note, the charge chance is not based on difficulty. It's the same regardless of difficulty, if you're wondering about that, because that'll be a question that comes up. So even on hiker difficulty, you'll get charged just as much as you would on ranger. Okay, so he's running a real long way with this. It is pink blood, right? Yeah, it is pink blood. Alright. Sun's getting lower. We got some kind of stone structure up there. So yeah, I'm just running the recording a bit extra here than I normally do, just so everybody can see sort of the grassland area. So I was saying, the next video, I do a big tour around the place, and we take a look at all the different animals, or most of them anyways. Oh, there he is down here. So we get to take a look at the bullet cam, get to see what the damage the bow does at that kind of close range. And then maybe we'll take a look at the Encyclopedia to close off the video, maybe. I'm trying to think of what else I forgot. I'll have to pause and think about it. Let's pick him up here. So here's the model. One Cape Buffalo down. Really well done. A great big guy. Let's pick him up there. So we got a left long. Oh, went to the back. Bit of a delayed release, maybe. But that's a 2 to 5, close range. There's an example. People are going to say, how close can you get to these guys? Well, I got pretty close there. But this was a little special kind of instance. Oh, look, 33%. Good to get rid of him there. This kind of a special instance because he was in what I call sentry mode. He was coming out to investigate us. He didn't have a herd to protect, so maybe they don't have that kind of AI in there. Oh, he's good money and everything like that. Barely takes any meat away. He was coming out there as that kind of defensive mode. So if they don't do that, they will still be a challenge to approach. They won't certainly be that easy. I was having a hard time getting close to them earlier. But if you can get them into that kind of mode, yeah, they'll come right into your bow there, so that's real nice. Okay, let's jump into the encyclopedia, because I do want to cover the animals. It's something I wanted to do earlier, but I know a lot of people were just like, let's see the bows and the equipment, let's see all that kind of stuff. Let's take a quick look at them. I'm pretty sure I've got them all unlocked. I don't have the full encyclopedia for all of them, but I have most of them. If you don't want to see this, kind of skip ahead if you don't want to be, spoiled or anything like that. But I do want to show this in case you want to sort of pause the video and take a look at some of the stuff. Just kind of get ready if you want all the information you can. I will read the description, I guess. Here's the Egyptian goose, a sacred bird in the ancient Egypt. The species breeds wildly in Africa, except for the deserts and dense forests. It is believed to be the most closely related to the shelled ducks, but it swims well and flight looks heavy. More like a goose than a duck, hence the name is English. There you go. So, kind of like your standard tier 1 duck and goose with tons of feed zones and a few rest. And there's kind of your age thing. It'll give you a breakdown, sort of if you unlock more. And there's the scoring. But I won't go through everything on that. I'll just kind of throw it on the screen if you're interested. Here's the guinea fowl. Same sort of thing. So this is kind of like a pheasant. A bird with a round body and small unfeathered head. Their diet consists of a variety of animal and plant food. Helmeted guinea fowls are also often domesticated. So there's your kind of standard there. They live to 12 years old. Give you sort of basic info. I've got them all unlocked there if you want to see. And then we're going to go down here. We have a tier 3, of course. We're going to do the honey badger. Notorious for its strength, ferocity, and toughness, the honey badger actually bears more anatomical similarities to weasels. It is known to attack almost any other species when escape is impossible, even repelling much larger predators such as lions and hyenas. Yeah, those guys are awesome. If you see them in the game, they're super cute. They kind of waddle around. It's fantastic. Oh, I do not have all the information unlocked for these guys, but they only live to age 8, so they're kind of a short-lived one. And then we have another tier 4 finally. So we got the golden jackal on the road here. We got the springbok in there. So slender antelope with long legs and neck. Springbok inhabit the dry areas of the southern and southwestern Africa. Can live without drinking water for years. Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Meeting its requirements by eating succulent vegetation. Oh, I see, because it's getting it all from the plants. That makes sense. And so there's their sort of cycle. I guess they're the same as roe deer, are they? Yeah, they're going to take the So they're going to stand out from all the other species on their own little cycle, and they live to 18 years old. So that's a good long wait for these guys to get to 5-star. So we get a bit of a breakdown, primary and secondary habitat, and the scoring range. What else we got for tier 5? So we won't actually have a whole lot of small animals. Most everything's in tier 5 and tier 6, but a lot of people, that's their favorite sort of area. So just so I don't miss any here, I'm pretty sure I got them all unlocked. If we keep going down, we got the black wildebeest, one of the two closely related wildebeest species, characterized by its white, long horse-like tail, native to southern Africa. They were hunted to extinction in the 19th century and later reintroduced by captive specimens. Its diet consists mostly of grasses. Black wildebeest also drink a lot. Here's the little jewel recommendation for the tier 5, and they are on a tier 5 herbivore kind of cycle that we're sort of used to. Live to 20 years old. So you get a bit of breakdown. Males are darker than females, and females tend to weigh a quarter less. There you go, basic information and scoring. Common warthog, the only pig species that has adopted to dry savanna. The warthog is a powerful digger, often occupying abandoned burrows of other animals. It is also a relatively fast runner that can immediately escape whenever it feels danger. This I can attest to. These guys really run fast. And then there's their jewels there, and their same sort of thing. A tier 5, live to 18 years old. Okay, primary habitat, grasslands and forests. Oh, here we go. Spotted hyena. This species has the largest group sizes and most complex social behaviors among carnivores, sometimes resembling primates. The group dynamics are based on competition instead of cooperation. There we go. We got a predator one that looks like a wolf one. Looks like they copied the wolves. Okay, there we go. I don't have them fully unlocked, but it'll give you the age that they live to, age 20. Now we're into the tier 6s. And am I flying by them, or is it just adding them to the bottom of my list? Is it? Blue wildebeest. So this is the tier 6. One of the two closely related wildebeest species, characterized by its muscular front heavy appearance with a distinctive robust muzzle. They are hunted to extinction in some parts of southern and eastern Africa, but widely reintroduced later. Blue wildebeest are fast runners and extremely wary. There we go. So they got the tier 6 time frame. They live to 20 years old. Cape buffalo, here we go. There's one special thing I want to show here. Regarded as one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, the most characteristic feature of the robust species are its horns. They have fused bases, forming a continuous bone shield across the top of its head. This buffalo is the darkest on the African continent. So tier 6, and it's got what you expect here. Lives to 25 years old. Their coats get darker with age. Old bulls have whitish circles around their eyes. You can definitely see the coat change on these guys. This is the ones I've been focused on. You got to wait till 470 score range before you get a tier 5. So I think tier 5 is going to be quite rare. And what I want to show here is their weight. So they go up to almost 1,000 kilograms. If you compare it to the bison here, they go up to 1,300. But look at the jewel difference. These guys have a 3,700 minimum and a 6,300 top jewel range. Cape buffalo has higher of each, even though it's a smaller animal in weight. So this is important because this minimum one, these guys are the toughest animals in the game, even though they're not the largest. I don't think there is any animal that has a minimum. I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that has a minimum that is so high. So they're very tough. I was hunting them with the 350 guide rifle, and the guide rifle wasn't hitting this energy level. So the tier 6 rifle was not enough for a tier 6 animal, like 100 meters or something like that. So heads up there. Watch this minimum jewel range for these Cape buffalo. All right, and we got the gemsbok, another tier 6. Native to the arid regions of southern Africa, the gemsbok is widely hunted for its spectacular horns. The name of the species is from Afrikaans, originating from the Dutch word of the same spelling, meaning a male chamois. There we go. So there we go. We got the jewel thing. The jewel's up to 5,000, so that's a pretty sturdy animal itself. And do I got them all locked? I do. So they got a pretty much standard 5-star range. And they live to 20. Greater kudu. This is going to be a favorite of a lot of people. One of the largest antelope species. The greater kudu has a narrow body with long legs. It's widespread across southern and eastern Africa, making one of the most iconic animals in the region. Indeed, it is. A lot of people are excited to hunt these guys. Short lifespan, only age 8, so you should be able to manage these guys fairly effectively to get a tier 5. but the tier 5 starts at, or sorry, not tier 5, the 5-star starts at 472, so that's a limitation there on trying to get these guys up that high. And then, of course, the lion, one of the most widely recognized animals and one of the biggest felines. The lion is an apex and keystone predator that dominates the savanna landscape. So there you go. It takes the bear drink time, it looks like, and the zones. Just like a bear, and goes to age 16. Don't have it fully unlocked, looks like. Oh goodness, talking for an hour straight. I'm trying to get all the info I can out to anybody that wants to hear it. But I think an hour is a pretty good first look video. I know I only did the one hunting of the Cape Buffalo, but there is going to be tons of content out there on YouTube all over the place. So this is going to be the first look video. I'm going to pause just for a second, just to think if there's anything else I want to add right on the end here. I am going to try to stream this game later tonight. After this launches, this will be right first thing in the morning with everybody else's. The YouTube's going to get flooded with all this stuff, so hopefully people will find the video, because I know this one is going to be lots of info there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to try and stream, and then the next day is going to be another one that's about, actually it's going to be about the same length of time. So yeah, my first look's basically going to be 2 hours, 2 hours plus, and with a stream. So there's lots of content there, and then of course all sorts of videos popping up all over the place from everybody. All right, I guess I have to leave it at that. I can't really think of anything. There's so much information. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I don't think I did. Oh well, it'll come up anyways. There'll be lots of questions, of course. And yeah, I got the second video out there tomorrow. Hopefully the stream works, and I'll see you guys there, as long as that does work. Very exciting. Hopefully you guys can hop into Africa right on the August 11th right away. But like always, leave any questions, comments down in the section like normal. Happy hunting, everybody. Exciting times for Way of the Hunter. Take care, and see you later.